You're watching New Reality News. I'm Mark Quincy Adams. Once again, we go to the streets of Amsterdam to learn what the Dutch people feel about the rising tide of immigration in their country and the political fallout from that. In this program, we speak with people who, in one way or the other, were motivated to go out and vote because of the rise of the anti-immigration politician, Gert Wilders. First up, I speak with a woman who is strongly anti-immigrant and a staunch supporter of Gert Wilders. She cites her first-hand experience with neighbors she says don't give her any respect. These interactions with immigrants motivated her to vote in the recent election for the party who wants to close the borders and rid themselves of the euro. In the election, did you cast a ballot for Margaret Lewis?
Yeah, Wilders.
For Wilders?
Yes.
Tell me why.
Because it's my neighbors, they're terrible people. They are talking about my dog is filthy. They hate him.
So immigration is a big problem with you?
A little bit, yes. They are too much. Too much. Much too much. Yes.
And is that why you voted for Wilders?
Yes.
What other issues are important to you?
I want to give them back. Yes. And I want to close the shut up. I want to close this so they don't come in anymore. They are too much. Okay. Yes.
What suggestions would you give to the immigrants who are here? How can they fit in better? How can they better assimilate, better become a Netherlands?
Now, don't throw eat food about the street. Don't talk about dogs. They are no swine. They are my dog. And I hate them. What are they doing here then? Yes, they are not like we. They're very different. And they don't care about us. They think only I live here and I live by myself. And that's the way it is. And they throw, every day they throw food in my garden. I hate them, echt. I throw eggs back, yes. But it's only a big mistake to live here. Yes.
Next, I meet a man who drew a parallel between the war refugees coming into Holland and the rest of Europe now with what happened during World War II. He believes that since those fleeing war were welcomed in the past, it's only right to have the same attitude today. The big issue was immigration. Is that an important issue for you?
Yes and no. But because there is something happening in the other countries, the Muslim countries, so there's war, so people have to flee or run away. So of course there's a issue with the refugees and those things. So you have to help these people, you know, just like we helped the people from Europe in the Second World War. You know, it's just coming back.
Next, a very interesting interview with a Dutch man, born in Holland, but because of his background and appearance, still does not feel fully accepted in his own nation. He told me that the anti-immigration rhetoric coming from the party of Gert Wilders motivated him to vote. This interview demonstrates how difficult it can be to assimilate, even by those who do all the right things. Did you vote in the last election?
Yes, of course.
Tell me why you did.
Because I was afraid that the PVV, the party of Gert Wilders, I think you know him, was going to be bigger than the other parties.
Do you vote every time, or was that?
No, it was a very long time ago that I voted the last time. So I felt I was pushed to vote this time. Yeah.
And overall, how important is the issue of immigration to you?
Well, I'm a son of an immigrant, so to me it's very important. I feel Dutch, but it's a pity that the Dutch people don't see me as a Dutch guy. So.
He isn't.
Yeah. I see in America it's different, because in America you're automatically an American. American citizen. Once you get your American citizenship, you're automatically an American. Here we still have the differences between a Dutch guy, a Moroccan guy, a Turkish guy. So that's a pity, because I feel Dutch. I am Dutch,
Yes.
and it doesn't change.
Why do you think there's so much anxiety, so much heat right now on the issue of immigration?
Well, I think you also follow the elections, and as you have seen, only in the cities where there aren't any Muslims or foreigners, they voted for Gert Wilders. So I think it's just a little bit of stupidity. They don't know better, because in Amsterdam people get along everywhere and every time, and it's a matter of getting to know each other.
Do you think that the rhetoric, the language that was used by Wilders and others was helpful, or do you think it made the situation worse?
No, I don't think Gert Wilders uses language that he should use. I think if he was more political correct, he would get more done than he does right now. He just yells right now, and that's not the way you reach people.
What would you say to the people moving to the Netherlands now, the new immigrants? How can they adjust better and make it easier for everyone?
Well, I don't think it's a matter of adjusting. I think it's a matter of acceptance. As long as these people don't get accepted here, they won't be Dutch. Like I told you before, it's very difficult to live here in Holland.
Looking to the United States, what did you think when Trump was elected, and did that change your opinion of America?
No, not at all. I think Trump is a very good businessman, and he knows what he does. He yells a lot, but he knows why he yells, and he isn't a millionaire or billionaire for no reason. He knows what he does, so that's what he's good in.
What other issues are the most important for you here when you go out to vote, when you listen to politics?
Well, the main thing was the problem Gert Wilders has with Muslims. He makes people think all Muslims are the same, and I can assure you it's not. We're all different people, and I guess 99% of the Muslims living here in Holland are well educated, working and associating in the society. Well, to me, I feel Dutch. But it's a pity that the Dutch people don't see me as a Dutch guy.
Is this your Dutch friend here?
We're colleagues, but he's the only Dutch one within.
Do you want to say why? You said he was not Dutch. Was that joking, or you were serious?
Sometimes he's a joker, but I see him as a Dutch bloke.
Yes. So. What do you think of the immigration? Do you think it's been good for the Netherlands?
Yeah, I don't know better. It's a multicultural living over here. So.
What opinions did you get from this election? Were you surprised at the things people were talking about?
No, I am glad that most people had a sense to it, to vote to the opposite parties instead of PVV only.
No, I hope one day we will all be able to live together, and it will only make things better.
Finally, I speak with Margaret Lewis, a very nice woman from Amsterdam who was more than willing to let her opinions be heard. Ms. Lewis strongly opposed the anti-immigration policies put forth in the campaign. Take special notice how she identifies herself as upper class. I don't care how rich you are in the United States, you would never admit to that, but I appreciated how she was aware and forthright about how her financial comfort and her experience as a world traveler shaped her opinions. Did you vote in the recent election?
Yes, I did.
And do you usually vote, or was it special this time for you to go out and vote?
No, I felt I had to go.
Tell me what factor was important to make you go?
Because I was really afraid that one of the extremists got too many votes, and I should have felt ashamed. But still, I feel ashamed that Mr. Wilders got so many votes.
Do you think that the campaign did some damage to the Netherlands, or was it helpful to talk about the issues?
I think the journalists they gave him too much and paid too much attention to him. So that's why I didn't like it at all. But you know, that's these days. They make news. They're looking for news. You know, things happened before, but they're extremists. I hate it.
Okay. Yeah. And what would you say to the immigrants? How should they respond to the campaign, and what should they do to?
What type of immigrants you mean?
The immigrants that were talked about in this campaign. How should they react? What should they think?
The people we went to look for, you know. You know, people who are doing the work we didn't want to do, like the Turks or the Moroccans or what else, they should feel at home here. And I have the idea with Wilders, they don't feel at home. And it's not true, because I'm a teacher. I taught them for about 6 years, and they feel at home. But they are playing, you know. Now, people like Putin or even Erdogan, they are playing with this. And then I feel sorry for them. You know, they are not ignorant, because they should have had a good schooling. But you know, Islam, I lived in Islam countries as well for more than 10 years. I always felt at welcome and at home. So it's something from this Wilders and from Madame Le Pen and all this. And even Trump, he's crazy, I think.
That is my next question. How has Donald Trump affected your vote, or has it changed your opinion of America?
No, you know, that's America. No, I love America because I'm international. But I feel sorry for the Americans, you know. But Hillary too, she was ignorant as well. So I don't know what happened in the world. You know, I belong to the upper class, but what we have to do with people who are ignorant? That's a big question, because I worked for 20 years in Africa, and anyway, I think they're coming our way, and they're right to come.
There's so much we can learn from these interviews. The Netherlands has always been known as a nation of tolerance, and that certainly applies to politics as well. No matter what opinion an individual holds, I found that they respect those with opposing views. For example, the people I spoke with almost universally thought it was a good idea to bring into the open the anti-immigration concerns, even if it was a bit painful, and even if they strongly disagreed with the idea. They believe everyone has a right to their opinion. Perhaps it's the fact that there are so many political parties in Holland that makes it easier to welcome diverse and even extreme ideas into the mainstream. Maybe it's just a Dutch culture of tolerance and respect that keeps things from getting too personal. Whatever the reason, the Dutch seem to agree to disagree in a much more civil way than we do in the United States. In the end, Gert Wilders, in his election loss, brought up issues that have been tamped down for some time. They were openly discussed in the campaign. The people considered the arguments and made their decisions. Wilders did get a lot of support, but not nearly enough to win. Now that the elections are over, the Dutch are returning to their normal lives. This is what a healthy democracy looks like. All ideas are welcomed, and disagreements are not that disagreeable. The Dutch people embrace their own diversity of opinion, and at least for now, still welcome a diversity of people. It's a lesson many across the world could learn from.